Welcome back to Code Video Sub YouTube channel. In this video, we will create weather app using ReactJS. Okay, so first of all, whenever you search a city, you will see the name of the city here, then the country name. After that, the date, then the icon, okay, the image, then the centigrade. After that, the mist or cloud or sunny, whatever is that, okay, then the speed of the wind. Okay, so let's search city. For example, let's search Mumbai. Press enter, so it will fetch data related to Mumbai. Okay, Mumbai, I in India, and date 32, smoke and wind speed. Let's search another city, Loralai. Okay, Loralai, PK, Pakistan, and 20 February, 13 centigrade and clear sky and wind speed like this. Let's search another city, for example, Kabul. For the Kabul, Afghanistan, 20 -1, okay, centigrade and clear sky and wind speed 2.2. So this is how it works. Okay, so for this weather app we will use in API, this API, okay, current weather, this open weather map.org, this API, okay, so it allows us to fetch data. Okay, it is free to use. We will use this API for fetching weather data. So let's get started. So let's open Visual Studio Code. After opening Visual Studio Code, I'm using this editor for writing the code. Come here to the file, I will open a folder. Open a folder, I will move to the React folder, and here I have a folder, empty folder. Okay, weather app, select this folder. So it will open this folder. And now in this folder, we will create our React app. Let's move to the terminal, press Control backtick. So after there, we will create our React app. Let's write npm create with, okay, at latest. We will use with JS for creating our React app. So project name, we will not assign any name because we would like to create in the same folder. So that's just write that. Package name, that is weather app. Okay, let's enter. Then we will use React. So select React. After selecting React, come here. We will use JavaScript. And that's okay. Our React app has been created. Now let's run this command. Okay, first of all, npm install to install the important necessary packages. Npm install. Okay, press enter. The packages has been installing. The installation completed. Now we will install two other packages. Let's npm install. First of all, Axios, which is HTTP request and response library. The second one is React loader spinner. Okay, whenever we are loading, fetching the data, so we will use this loader. So let's press enter. We will install these two packages. Yeah, now let's run our React app, okay, our server. So we will like npm run dev. So it will run, start our server React app. Now let's press Control and press this URL, okay. So it will open our React app. So this is the default React app. Now we will edit this code. Just come here, let's close this and come here to the src and app.jsx. I will remove all the default code. Also, we don't need these things. Let's close it. All the code. And the after CSS, I will remove all code, and also in the index.css, I will remove the default code. Now let's just write our code. In this, first of all, I will add a class name to this div element. That is app, okay. And down from that, we will have another div element, and to this, we will add a class name, which is weather app. And inside this, first of all, we will have our input field, our search field. Okay, at the start of our weather app, we should have an input field to search our city. So for that, let's create a div element and class name city search, for example. Okay, city search, and we will have an input field, type text, class name city. Just come here, placeholder, enter city name. Okay, enter city name. So after creating, now I will add some CSS code, okay, to this. Okay, I will design it first of all. Okay, so for that I will come here to the update CSS, and it has been imported here. I will just write, and I will pause video for the CSS code because it will take time and the video will be lengthy. So after designing our app, it looks like this. Just come here to see the CSS code. First of all, I have added this margin and padding 0 to the default, okay, to the body and others limits, and then to the app, okay, to this first div element, I have added this code: width, height, background, and display, align item center, and then to the weather app, okay, to this weather app where we will display the data related to weather. To that element, I have added this CSS code. So after that, just come here down to the city search. Okay, this is the div for where we have the input field. Okay, to this div element, I have added this just width, and to the city, this is input fields with that. Okay, this is the CSS code for that one. Okay, now let's get started. Okay, to go forward and write other parts. So now whenever we write something in this input field, we should store that somewhere. Okay, so for that we should have a state variable. Let's create that const. We will name it input set input is equal to use state variable. This is, we will use state hook. The default value is empty string. So now let's add here to this input field. The value is equal to with input. We will assign the input value to this, and whenever we change, okay, whenever we change the data of this input field, we should update this input field. So for that we will use on change event, and we will just call create an arrow function, and we will call set input method, and we will just update that e dot target dot value. Whatever we are writing in this input field, so it will store that inside this input field. So now whenever we press enter button, okay, so we should fetch data from that API. So for that, let's first of all write another event, okay, on key down event. On key down event, and we will call a search function. Okay, so let's go up, and here we will create a search function. Before creating search function, let's create another state variable where we will store the weather. Okay, the data that we will store the data inside this state variable const weather. First of all, let's name it weather. Set weather is equal to use start a space use state. This is an object with us. Okay, so first of all, in this object we will have loading. Okay, whenever it is loading, we will display the spinner. By default, the value is false. Then data, here we will store the data that we fetch from API, and error, if there was any error, we will store and make it as true. Right now, that is by default, that is false. Let's create now the search function. Const search is equal to, this is an arrow function with us. We will get an event here, event, and here we will write event dot key event dot, where we should write for that dot key. Yeah, that is key was equal to with enter. If the key that we fetched, if that was enter, so then we will perform this action. Okay, we will fetch data from that API. So first of all, what we should do, we will clear set input. We will assign empty string to that set input, and after that we will update our set weather. Okay, set weather object. First of all, weather. Okay, this means that the previous keep all data as it was before. Okay, and this is the updation of an object. How to update an object. After that, what we want to update. Okay, we want just to update loading data. Okay, loading true. What we will do, we will just update in this weather application in this. Okay, in this here, when we call this set weather, it will update just the loading. We will assign true to loading. So after that, we should let's use Axios library. Okay, Axios. Let's import it. That has imported Axios dot git. Here we should write our URL, and after URL we will write the parameters. Okay, we will attach some parameters with that. So for the parameters, we will just params. we will write the parameters inside this. Okay, if dot then if we got a response, so then we will just print that. Okay, console dot log response. Okay, we will print the response dot catch if there was any error. So then what we should do, in the error, if the error happened, so we will just update our set weather. Okay, set weather spread operator weather, and we will update the response. No, we should write that data. Okay, we should update our data. We will assign an empty object to our data, and also we will just update our loading. So loading just error. Okay, error to false. I mean that error, we should make that true. Error true. What we did, first of all, here right now we didn't write our URL and forums, but if we successfully executed that statement, if we successfully fetch the data, we will execute this. Okay, we will print that response. If there was any error, what we will do, we will update the set weather, and we will just update our data. We will assign empty object to data, to this variable. Okay, to data, and we will make the error true. Okay, now let's write here our URL. So for the URL, let's move to our API. Okay, just come here to the current weather. We faced with an error. Let's first of all save it. That is okay. Okay, no error. So just come here back to see current. So this open weather map.org website. Okay, first of all, you should create an account. One thing that you should keep in mind, that whenever you create your account, it will take a few days, okay, to activate your account. After activating, you will use API keys. So after creating the account, just come here down, press my API keys. So here, by pressing here, you will see your API keys. Okay, here you will see your API keys, and back come here, and we will move to the API. We will use, okay, the URL, come here down, and we will use current weather data. Okay, API docs. Come here to the document. Here you can use, okay, we will just let's first of all copy this. Okay, this is our URL. I will use this URL and the parameters. Just come here, this is our URL. In the parameters, I will attach first of all the query. Okay, query is equal to the query with as is input. Okay, our input data that we have inputted, and the units, unit metric. We have three metric units. Okay, standard, metric, one another one. Okay, by default that is standard, but we will change that to the metric, the unit. And lastly, we will add app ID. We will now write our API key here. Okay, so I will just copy the API key. Okay, so this is our API key. This is our URL, and these are our parameters. So let's check it. Okay, if we got the response, we will print that on the console. Let's save it. Let's move back, come here, and we will write here. First of all, let's move to the console. On the console, let's write here a name. Okay, here, right here, for example, Mumbai. Okay, and press enter. So after pressing enter, we got this data. See, we got this data. Press this, and in the response, we will have data. Response, this data. Inside this data, we have all the data. Okay, inside this main, we have the humidity, pressure, temperature. Okay, we have these things in main, and this is the name Mumbai, and in sys we have the country name. Okay, sys.country name, and also the ID. And after that we have weather. Okay, inside this weather we have smoke. Okay, ID 71, and smoke, description smoke, and wind. This is the wind data. So we will now use response.data and this data. Okay, this is the data that we will use now. So let's move, okay, back like this. So just come here now. Okay, we will now update. Okay, whenever we fetch the data, we will update our weather object. So let's update that here. After printing that data, let's update it. So we will just call set weather, and we will update here first of all the data. Data is equal to with the response.data, response.data, and loading false and error false. false, error, false. So after assigning the response.data to this data, okay, so now we will use this data, wither.data, to print our data on the screen. So here down from this div element, we will print our data. First of all, we will just print the spinner, okay, per loading. If the loading was 2, we will print a spinner on the screen. So here we will just print that spinner. If wither dot loading, if it was true, what we should do, then we will just print the data, okay. Just come here, and here we will first of all, let's import wither spinner, okay. We will import oval from loader spinner, okay. We will import oval, we will use oval. So let's close this one. We'll use that oval, and let's assign first of all color, which is we will assign green color, and then we will assign height would be 70, and width 70, and also let's assign type is equal to with oval. Save it, and after that we will just print the error, okay. If sorry, if wither dot error, if error was true, then we will print the error message, okay. For the error message, we will just use div element, and inside this div element we will assign a class name to this, that is error message, and inside this div element we will have a span tag, and inside this span tag we will just print, for example, city not found, and let's assign a class name to this. But instead of assigning a class name, I will just leave it, okay. City not found. So after printing these messages, now let's first of all check these two, okay. Let's come here, back here, and here we will just, let's close it, and here, for example, let's write a wrong message. It is see the spinner and city not found, okay. City not found. I will add some CSS code later to this, okay. I will add the CSS code later to this to change the color of this city not found, and also bring it down. So come here, back. Now we will print here the data, okay. If there was no error, so then we will print the date first of all, the city name, date, and also whatever is there. So we will print that data. So let's get started, okay. So first of all, here I will print if wither was true. It means if the wither object was existed, then the wither dot data. If wither dot data was existed also, and wither dot data dot main, okay. I showed you on the console the main, okay. In the main we had the data related to the wither. If these three were existed, so then what we should do, we will print the data, okay. Let's print the data. First of all, let's have a div element, and inside this div element, first of all, we will display the city name and country name. Let's add a class name to this, class name city name, for example, okay. In this div element we will use h2 tag, okay, to display that data. And now let's display the city name and country name. So for the city name, we will use wither dot data dot name, okay. I showed you in the console, wither dot data dot name. We will directly display the name of a city. So after displaying the city name, then comma, what we will display now, we will display the in a span tag. In a span tag we will, let's bring it down. So here now in this span tag we will display the country name, wither dot data dot sys, okay. I showed to you dot country, so it will display the country name. Let's save it. Okay, so after displaying the city name, then down from that we will display the date. Okay, just come here, and here we will display the date. Inside this span tag, let's assign a class name, date. Here we will display the date. So for the date, I will use a function. Okay, I will call that function here to display the date. Okay, here I will create a function. Const, for example, to date. To date is equal to. So this is the code for date function. Okay, first of all, we have the name of months. Okay, January, February, March, April until December. Okay, the name of months in this to date function. Then we will just this is used new date object. This is used to which for us the current date. Okay, current date will be stored inside this current date variable. After that we will use this date. Okay, in this date what we will do, first of all, current date dot get date. What it will do, it will just pitch the date from current date. Okay, this current date that get date is used to fetch just the day from that. Okay, from date, from the current date it will fetch just the day. Okay, day. After that we will display months. For the months we will display the name of months. Okay, not the number, just the name of months. So for that we use this. Okay, months, this months array, and inside that we use current date dot get month. Okay, it will display the name for us. So after that we return this date. So now let's call this toDate function. Let's call it inside this span. Okay, toDate function. We have called that. Okay, so what it will do, it will display as the current date, just the day and month. So now we will display the icon and the temperature. Okay, so for that let's create a div element, and we will assign a class name to this icon and temperature. Down from that, first of all, we will display the image. Okay, so to display the image we will use image instead of this. We will, so here I will write now the URL. Okay, to display the image. So let's do it. Okay, for the URL I will just paste that URL. So let's bring it here, and also I will remove one quotation, so it looks like this. Okay, I will just display it to you. So this is the URL that we will use. Okay, this is the URL, and here we have the image, the icon of the image. This URL will fetch as the icon of the image. I will show you in the console. Okay, don't worry, I will show it to you. In the alt we can just print the name also, but I will leave it. Okay, so after displaying the image, then we will display the temperature. Okay, so to display the temperature, for that we will use math math dot round function. Okay, math dot round function, what it will do, this will just round our temperature data. Weather dot data dot main dot temperature. Okay, temperature, it will just, we will print the temperature data, then we will use sub, okay, this element. So we will just now display the centigrade inside this. Okay, to centigrade, and here we should display the degree. Okay, the degree of centigrade. Let's first of all assign a class name to this. Okay, degree, and to print the sign of that degree, I will just copy that from Google. Okay, from somewhere, search that. So after copying that sign, so just paste it here. Okay, so it will display like this. So after printing the image and the temperature, then in the last part, what we will do, we will display the wind. Okay, and the description of the weather, that is cloudy or windy, whatever is that. Okay, so just now we will create another div element, and we will assign a class name to this div element, destination, this, and wind. Print it, and inside this div element we will now print a p tag, and inside this p tag we will display weather dot data dot weather, sorry, dot data dot weather 0. Okay, weather 0, this is in array with us weather. Okay, dot description dot to uppercase, we will change that to uppercase. So after printing this, now we will display the wind. Okay, the speed of wind. So wind, we will just write wind speed. So it is not working. Let's print the data. Weather dot data dot wind dot speed. So we have printed everything, but let's first of all check it, okay, how it looks like. Just come here down and let's search a city, for example, in Mumbai. Okay, spin. See that it looks like this, the data. Okay, the data looks, this is icon, and here we have the centigrade data temperature, but I will add CSS code for this. Okay, so it will looks like better. So let's down here, I will add the CSS code. So I have added this CSS code. Okay, city name for the date, icon and temperature, degree and dist and wind, and this is for the second P, and this is for the error message. So let's check it. Okay, so it looks like this now. Okay, so let's search, for example, first of all, I will show you the icon. Okay, the name of the icon, how it works. For example, if we search some another city, so it will change the icon. See, it is sunny. So let's check it. First of all, I will show to you how it works. Just come here to the object, and here I will show to you data. So just come here to the code, to the image, and we should come here to the weather zero dot icon, weather dot data dot weather. Just come here to weather. Here find the weather, see the weather, and then come here to the first one. Okay, to the first, this is an array, the first record, then come see the icon, this is the 01D, this is the first icon name, and go ahead 01D, 02, 03, 04, 05, and go ahead. It works like this. I will show you now the icon. Okay, I will first of all copy this URL, okay, and paste the URL here. After pasting the URL, we will just change this name to the name that we had. Okay, let's change it 01D. Okay, so let's press enter. It will display this icon to us. If we change it to 02D, like this. Okay, cloudy. In 03D, 04D, okay, whatever you enter, so it will display as different icon. So sorry, I think just it's displayed 04D. Press enter, see the fourth one. So it works like this, the name, and then this is the default URL for the images. So it is how it looks like. Okay, if we write a wrong name, wrong city name, so it will display as city not found. Okay, again, find, for example, Kabul, is enter, display like this. Okay, Islamabad, see data of Islamabad. So it looks like this. I hope this video was helpful for you, and you learned something from this video. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.